Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching, to Lviv and Let Die. Yes, that's right, it's Lviv and Let Die, everyone's favourite weekly show. The last game that we played, you weren't available for, couldn't get hold of you on the call. But yes, we won 1-0 against Chornomorets to keep our lead at the top at 8 points. 8 points, yes. 9 wins out of 9, not bad at all. Hopefully the game against Shakhtar will prove to be the beginning of the end for the division already. A win there will put us quite a few points clear, and we'll have 30 points from 10 games, which is not bad at all, and almost just about halfway towards the amount of points you would need, well, just under halfway towards the amount of points you would need to win the league most years. So good. Now, but before we do that, we have to play PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. And then we will play Shakhtar afterwards. But yes, so far we have to pay attention to young Paris and their football team. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by putting Twumasi up in the left. We're going to leave everybody else the same except for we're going to play Fuentes instead of Carvacho. And other than that, it looks pretty good. I think in the next game we're going to start Handanovic because he came on and did very well against Chornomorets. He set up the goal. In fact, I made a triple substitution, and literally the next second we scored the winner. A Koulibaly strike. Koulibaly's on fine form this season, as is Rosic. Handanovic hasn't even had much of a chance to get a game because we've been so good. I didn't want to change things around too much. Ball comes in straight away, early chance for us, but we haven't managed to get the ball on target. I suspect we're going to struggle. Notable that despite the fact that when we played Celtic every single time, we were considered like standout favourites. Against Rangers, or rather, Rangers have been flagged up as a team who we will, in the same sort of vein as PSG, that they were literally marked as a team that we will struggle to get anything from at all. So I'm interested to see if that's actually realistic. Whoa, dear me. Okay, so they've got a goal. Great start, great goal. Nicely worked, nicely run around everybody there from one of their players. Yeah, so unfortunately, that probably puts us bottom. It does. Champions League is going to be tough. This league, this group is much more challenging, I would say, than the one we had last time round, at least in terms of PSG, seem to be a better big team. Oh, no. Oh, it's gone over for a corner. I still think that we can beat Cagliari, and I still think we can probably beat Rangers, at least at home, to give ourselves like a non-embarrassing group. But we were given the longest odds of any team left or any team in the competition at this point. So, yeah, whether or not we can actually do anything is remains to be seen. Obviously, the kind of realistic goal would be to try and hit third and therefore come into the Europa League after Christmas. Possibly the most likely thing is we'll just go out, but we don't know. We've not yet played against the other two. This one is basically a gimme. Well, not a gimme, rather like a kind of a free hit. We don't need to worry too much about the result in this game. Obviously, keep the score down, but don't be devastated if we lose. Particularly the home games against Cagliari and Rangers are what we need to focus on. Oh, Rosic, come on, mate. You're an absolute quality player. I would have thought you'd have scored that, but no. They're still playing 4-5-1. I mean, that seems remarkably negative for the big team going to the baby team. But whatever, I'm not PSG's manager. I'd be going all guns blazing, 4-4-2. The classic all guns blazing technique. Juric to Koulibaly puts the ball into Twumasi. Can we have a cross? Maybe we do, but it was cleared at the first effort. Gogo's effort from outside the box flies harmlessly over, just like those birds out the window, flying harmlessly over the house. Big throw. Classic Champions League football there. Rosic now has broken, and Groult makes a good save. Rosic, up against a good keeper for once, isn't able just to pass the ball into the net as he usually does. Gogo apparently fouled the man there. Seemed less than the way I would have said it was, but whatever. You can hear a lot of squeaking. That's because my chair is making noises. Gonzalez, Koulibaly wins the ball in the air. Great. And, Koulibaly's through. Koulibaly, but good save from De Groult. No, Grult, sorry. De Dijk. Van de Dijk, I don't know. They've got a defender that's got Dijk in their name, and I think I got them confused. Anyway, Fuentes now fouls. A disappointing situation. But, I mean, we've played pretty well. We've had a couple of really gilt-edged chances. We really needed to be taking those sort of things. But we've been doing okay. You've been unlucky so far. You weren't that bad. Calm, you weren't that bad. Rosic, despite being like mostly demotivated against pretty much any team in the domestic league, then plays really badly against any team in Europe. Classic. Nikolov puts the ball in. Koulibaly hits the crossbar. Van Dijk they have, yeah. Goodness sake. Big George and Mick to Gogua. Mick again up to Juric. He can go up the line, and he does. Koulibaly tackled, but... And now they have the ball. I was thinking we might charge onto it, but no. Mick to Gonzalez. Gogua to Nikolov. And to Gonzalez again. Nice bit of possession here for us for a while before we inevitably kick it long. Gonzalez. Yeah, there it is. Nikolov. No need for it at all, really, but he did it and gives the ball straight to them. Big ball in the middle. Lecomte. Now Swennen. Tackled from Gogua. I thought that was going to roll its way through. But Gonzalez swept it up. It might have even been Mick. Juric to Gogua. Gogua, huge ball over the top, but Guvin. Titouan Grote. What a name that guy has. He would be getting a nickname, Insta nickname from me. Koulibaly puts the ball in the middle. Bakor was lurking, but it was cleared. And now Swennen somehow beats Gogua to the ball. Van Dijk has his pass intercepted by Bakor. Nikolov is going to go surely go back to his goalkeeper, but no. Sets him up for another long throw, which Tuamasi intercepts yet again. Rosic now on the halfway line. Ball goes back to Nikolov, now to Fuentes, now to Gogua. And again, we waste the chance to break forward at pace. We are going to build a bit more slowly from the back. Gogua has the ball. Juric now up the wing to Tuamasi. Tuamasi plays it off his man and just about manages to make the pass to our player instead. Nikolov now. Bakor has lots of space to run into. Sort of does, puts in a dangerous ball, but nobody was attacking. Juric now with the ball. Gogua and what? And that's just the end of that highlight? Okay. Fine. Bakor is tired. Maybe let's bring on Van Gaal. Rosic isn't playing well. Maybe we'll bring on Handanovic. And Tuamasi will take off as well. The classic triple sub, and they're going to have... Are they? What's going on here? Are they going to have another long throw? I think they should do. Unless that was a free kick. Oh, for crying out loud. Who programmed the game to do this? Who programmed the game to do this? Oh, great. We don't even get to watch that throw in, so thanks. Now they have a corner instead. Boussard, their header from the back post, completely unmarked, but he does go over the bar. Okay, now Gogua with a chance for the free kick. He went for probably about the right area. If he'd gone more corner there, it probably possibly could have made it in, but... I mean, if he'd actually also hit it on target, which he didn't. Handanovic back to our man, Nikolov. Oh, Gonzalez hits it straight into him. Juric puts the ball in the middle. Handanovic, Koulibaly. Handanovic manages to hold the ball up for Koulibaly to hit it, but he just hits it wide. That's a shame. 82 minutes gone. Could we nick an equaliser? They've not been anywhere near as impressive as you'd have thought. I think are they still playing with that stupid... format? Yeah, they're still playing with a 5-man midfield, which seems incredible to me, really. Gogua to Fuentes. Fuentes to Labant. Labant to Koulibaly. Koulibaly turns, but Grolt manages to save. Worked out another chance there. We have had the better of the game. But they obviously have a lot more... Oh, come on. They obviously have a lot more nous when it comes to playing in European games than we do. Oh, the ball's been put in. Koulibaly has scored. Koulibaly gets it right at the back. Bulgarian Vangal's lovely ball in. The two defenders, Rodriguez and Heredia, didn't know what to do with it, and Koulibaly was able, just about to force it into the net. Came off the back of number 4, in fact, Guven. A 1-1 draw. Not bad at all. What's happening in the other game? It is a 2-0 win for Cagliari. So actually, maybe Rangers are not as good as people said they were. Could we nick a winner? Gogua, Nikolov. Gogua, come on. Come on, mate. Yes, Fuentes to Koulibaly. Oh! Groult saves nicely, but he's put the ball straight away back out, giving us the opportunity to come back into him. Come on. Nikolov takes that throw. Bulgarian Vangel straight to Nikolov again. Fuentes to Nikolov. Fuentes loses out, but Nikolov gets the ball back, and he's put the ball in the middle to Gogua. Fuentes loses out, though, and now they are charging forward, but Anicic saves. Puts it out left, does he? Yes, he does. Juric has the ball. It's not over yet, this game. Oh, that was crying out for a ball down in the channel there. Gogua puts the ball into Fuentes again. Nikolov. I think he was tackled, and we have the ball still. We've kept the ball nicely in this second half. We've been much better. Do we have one last chance in us anywhere? Oh, no, there is another chance, or at least another highlight. Van Dijk, Kochuk, he was offside, surely. He was. Moha was offside, but it was a great save. Anicic stands up big and tall. Anicic is in no rush to take this free kick. He takes it it's a free kick. He takes it. Nikolov takes the ball from their man. Fuentes again to Nikolov, and it is all over. A creditable 1-1 draw. Arguably, I mean, very nicely done. Arguably not really reflective of how well we played. But yeah, Rangers bottom of the league, of the group, sorry. Cagliari top, which means that I think our next two games, I think it goes Rangers, Cagliari, PSG Rangers. So, well, let's see. £375,000, that will do, or 347,000, whichever one you prefer. Whether you want to be right or you want to be me. Charlton have signed a guy called Bombele, and now he wants to leave. Charlton are 7th in the Premier League. That's not bad. Not to be sniffed at, unlike this microphone. We're only a month away from our new stadium stand being built. Chibasu. Okay, so we've got a new meeting to go to. Let's go there. Not interested. Now then, the big one. This is the big one. In the Donbass Arena, the currently sort of essentially war zone Donbass Arena in IRL, but in this version of Ukraine, Shakhtar still play within their own stadium in Ukraine, so that's nice. What's happening in the rest of the world? Olympiakos. Are there going to be any fun results here? Polonia Warszawa in the group stages. Seems like Poland have increased their status because they nearly had two Polish teams in the Champions League. So obviously, they lost out to AS Nazi Lorraine there. That's a shame. That's a shame for them. That is a big shame. What a shame that is. Them doing worse means that we do better, so that's good. Because our coefficient, we need to go further than those sort of teams in those leagues around us. The question is, can I be silent for the entire loading screen? The answer is no, because I've already broken that question. Already answered that question with my no. Oh, processing speeds. Why are you so slow, you annoying thing? So we've got 5 stadium sellouts so far this season, which is pretty good. I think that's only league ones as well. It doesn't count. Ooh, 50. I love 15-year-olds when they come through on Football Manager. What a thing to say recorded. Oh dear. No. How's about no? We are not looking for around 8 million. We are looking for around 15 million. That's fine. That's enough. I'll take 15 million for him. Until you start to offer close to it, then I'll change it to 20. Because that's just the savvy operator I am. The guy's name is Fiedler. Hey, I'm a fiddler. Why are you arresting me? Okay, it was a slightly odd day at work. Stuff to do, people to see, places to be, and I've been deprived of some football managering time, and quite frankly, I don't appreciate that. Why is that being held there for such a long time? I'm not resigning from FC Lviv, not for a very long time. I mean, I'm not likely to stick around until we win all, overturn Shakhtar and win 40 titles or something like that. I probably won't stay here for that long, but I'll be around for a while. I don't know if I mentioned that I signed a new contract. I'd actually forgotten in the excitement of making progress that my usual sort of yearly trip to the boardroom to ask for a new contract hadn't actually occurred for a while, and I was down to 1 year left, but Lviv actually offered me one without me having to ask. So there you go. He's going to be a similar level to Gogwa, and he's only worth £275,000. Your club is an idiot if they think they'll sell you for that. Let's go for 300,000. Just give him a little bit of extra wonga. Give him some bunts. All right. So they have a new. Is he there? Oh yeah, he must be their manager. Anyway, he's obviously new because the fella from last season got sacked at the end of the season. Making sense, in my opinion. Sensible decision. We haven't lost for 30 games. It would be a shame to lose against Shakhtar now. I suspect it's more likely we'll draw. Although, I don't know. They have had a leaky defence this season, much along the lines of the season, the start of the season we had last year. Like, they've done very similar to us. So I'm going to hope that we can avoid allowing them to get back into things and we can just beat them. Because we beat them fairly comfortably last year as well. At least once. And I know they beat us, I think, at the beginning of the season, but we turned it round, brothers and sisters of the football world. Right, my chair is slipping and sliding all over the place. I'm sorry about that. I'll have to get a new chair. But before that, we need a new desk. And then maybe the new chair issue won't be so problematic. Right, so yes, well then, Fuentes looks good, Tuamasi looks fine, we don't need to change at all. Do we? Let's do that, let's not change at all. I should maybe have not started with Bakur, but anyway, they're starting very attacking, they're playing at home. This is the way that football should be, attacking at home. They're starting with 4 up front, basically. So hopefully we can make them rue that decision. I wonder how long it'll take for them to change. There you go, we've made a tackle already. Tuamasi's made that tackle. 4-2-4, for goodness sake. Well, it might mean that they end up scoring really early. You never know. Robertinho hits the ball over the bar. And Nicic is on the ball. Bakur hits it way over and wide. Bakur, I think, shouldn't be higher on the list of free kick takers than Gogwa is, but I think it was just because he was on the list first, and I need to change that. Because I've noticed that Bakur has been taking a lot and has been dreadful, and then as soon as Gogwa comes in, he's a bit better. Oh, we left Robertinho there quite arrogantly, just being like, nah, he's fine. Great ball, big ball up. Oh, we've got a goal. The most classic. That's 100th league goal for Koulibaly. It's an absolute classic goal. I think you'll all agree. The old free kick into the box. The winger forces them into making a mistake, and then Koulibaly bounces on the rebound. And by bounces, I mean pounces. Yum, yum, yum. But we are 1-0 up. Gogua puts the ball in the middle. Big Georgian Mick. It's 2-0. Come on, you Lviv. Oh, Shakhtar, what are you doing? What are you doing, friends? They've conceded nearly 2 a game, so I think this is pretty much standard for them anyway. Come on, let's put them to the sword. Let's just make them rue the day that they decided they'd try and come at us. Well, Interesting move from Nikolov there, but obviously he has some master plan that we're not all privy to, because he's great. If only Nikolov could cross a little bit more, I think he'd be like the perfect, I mean, for this level, the perfect right back. That's a sensational ball from Bakur. You can tell by the way I said S so many times, but we wasted the chance. Gogua gets the ball though. Rosic. Rosic did well, tenaciously keeping hold of the ball. It's interesting to note that despite being 2-0 down, they haven't gone, maybe we should try and defend a little more, focus a little bit more on defence. They're still 4-2-4. Scoff, Nikolov, big clearance. Rosic heads it on, but not managing to keep it in. That's unfortunate as well. That would have been quite a fun goal to score. Come on then. Oh my God, who fucking put this into the game? Dinko Scoff, good name. Dinko, anyone called Dinko is alright in my book. Until I meet one in real life who are a dick. But that might not happen. I might not ever meet a Dinko. Oh, that's a terrible ball. That's so bad. That reminds me a little bit of, I can't remember why, but I was watching the other day that video where it was one of those seasons where we finished like 8th. And the last game of the season was against Shakhtar, and we beat them 3-0 or something like that. And they had just won the league, and it was only like their second defeat of the season. And the game was just a litany of errors. And that moment there reminded me of it. Sanchez, and again, speaking of the devil. Okay, so Tinguini manages to save, but I mean, that was all their own doing. Gogua puts the ball in the middle again. Do we have another one? No, not quite yet. Why don't you just put your foot on that and then cross it in again instead of making us go through all this rubbish? Nikolov to Bakur. Nikolov. Scoff manages to take it out again. We have a throw in. Okay, young Mr. Gonzalez puts the ball to Bakur. Bakur in the middle, but it was headed clear. And now the 4-2-4 comes into its own as they swarm forward. Ribas puts the ball in the middle. Mahogby, or however you say his name, heads the ball down behind him. And 2-0-1, and then eventually they do manage to get the ball back to him. Magube, I think his name is, or whatever, and he hits the ball wide anyway. Okay, Gogua. Tuamasi puts the ball in the middle. Okay then, Rosic has fouled, and he's going to get a booking here. Yep, yellow card for Rosic. It happens. Dinko Scoff puts... Dinko Scoff. Okay. Bakur's pulled up injured, but no, has got back up and has just carried on, just fell over, obviously. Koulibaly somehow gets the ball to Gogua. Tuamasi now has it. Out on the left, back to Juric, and then Gogua again. Fuentes to Rosic, Rosic to Koulibaly. Koulibaly hammers a shot wide, and apparently they want a penalty? What? That's a weird thing to show up in the text commentary. But okay. We're not. This is the same replay. Montano to Sanchez. Tinguinia. Montano. Ribas. Oh, just gives it straight to Tuamasi. He charges forward 30 yards, turns and passes to their team. Koulibaly puts it in the middle. Tuamasi puts the ball again in the middle, but the goalkeeper manages to save. Bakur goes for one of those sort of tip the ball past someone and run onto it. But it just kicks it straight off the pitch. Nice. Gonzalez to Rosic. Rosic, can he put the ball in the middle? He puts it to Juric, who lined up a shot. Took him long enough to make the effort, and eventually the ball ends up with their goalkeeper. Scoff, and again they lose out. Rosic from within inside his own half. Is he going to score a sensational goal? No, Tinguinia was able to keep it out. And they don't even really get the chance to break because we're just so good. Gonzalez, another sensational tackle. Big George and Mick slowing down Robertinho long enough for Nikolov to get on the ball. Rosic now has it on the halfway line. Fuentes to Bakur. Oh, Natale actually does what we usually do. I'm slightly worried that Rosic is going to get himself sent off. It's 39 minutes. Oh, Matthias runs through all of our team there, but manages to... Oh, nice one from Hernandez there. Right, okay, I'm going to take off Rosic. He's not because he's necessarily doing badly, but he's just being a bit of a grump, not playing well, and he looks like he's in one of those moods where he might get himself sent off. So let's take him off. First half, we're already 2-0 up. The epitome of arrogance, because we're only playing the team in second. It's not like we're playing the team in 20th. And there isn't even a team in 20th in this league. That's how bad the league is. We're doing very well there. Pleased. Calm. There's a lot more to come. Calm. There's a lot more to come. Calm. There's a lot more to come. Mr. Handanovic, why don't you get out there and score yourself a goal? They are still playing 4-2-4. I would have thought by now they'd have changed. Gogowa is getting booked, and he was already kind of tired, so I think in about 6 or 7 minutes we'll take him off. Gonzalez to Nikolov, though, now. Handanovic has the ball. Bakur wins it. Oh, Koulibaly. That's not what we expect from him. It's not what we've come to learn and know and love from Koulibaly. Big George and Mick is going to get booked as well. So let's take off Golovchenko. Or bring on Golovchenko even. That might be more fun, because he's not even on yet. Oh dear, terrible football from them. Free kick, just straight to our left back, who heads it into our midfielders, and now we attack and we nearly score. Fuentes hitting over the bar. Yeah, not great at all from them. Okay, Montano, Mahugbe, I think his name would be. Hernandez, Scoff. Puts the ball in for Robertinho, who does manage to get there eventually, and Anicic manages to save. That's probably the closest they've come to scoring in this game, and even then it was sort of more of a half chance. Hernandez, Golovchenko just calmly comes in, takes the ball, lovely stuff. Bakur now, Handanovic, it's delightful. The puts the ball in the middle. Koulibaly, that time he gets the ball. What a smashing run that was! What a smashing ball that was! What a goal! And I took off okay. Bring on Vangel. Yes, I said we will bring on Vangel, didn't I? There we go. Fuentes will have a break because we're not going to be playing against Poltava. Handanovic, lovely stuff. Koulibaly just tapping that ball home at the back post, and by tapping I mean absolutely body slamming the thing into the goal. Robertinho now. Hernandez. Vinogradov, good name. Vinogradov, so he's like Wine City man. Robertinho goes for the effort and it hits it well wide. I mean, Shakhtar. Look how many goals, and they're second. That's pathetic. We're 11 points clear after 10 games. Golovchenko gets it again. Koulibaly, Fuentes, Bulgarian Vangel. It's 4. He gets his first goal of the season. Hugo Sanchez. Which one's Hugo Sanchez? Because, whatever he was doing. Which one is he? Is it him? Yeah, it's him. I mean, Golovchenko passes to Sanchez. Lovely stuff. And then he just walks straight past the goalkeeper, puts him on his bum. That's what we like to think. Oh dear. Well, the Donbass Arena is blue with FC Lviv's fans. We must be shouting ourselves blue as well. Gonzalez tackles. Golovchenko has the ball again. Golovchenko to Twumasi. Can we get a fifth and really humble this boys? Golovchenko to Twumasi. Twumasi to Koulibaly to Fuentes. Can we have a Koulibaly hat-trick? That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Koulibaly tries, but no, two of them double up on him, and eventually they manage to clear. Gonzalez, though, with the throw, tries to find Vangel and Koulibaly, but wasn't able to. Ribas. Gonzalez, but no. Oh, it's him with the funny name. Mahugnon Mahugbe. Anyway, he was offside. Just sort of compounding their errors, and they've had a man off for injury. They're still playing. They're 4-0 down. They're still playing 4-2-4. You got to salute that. Juric, Okafor, Ribas, Golovchenko clears. Koulibaly surely puts it wide here. He does. Bulgarian Vangel has it. Fuentes now. Fuentes is pretty tired, but still, Bulgarian Vangel, Golovchenko, Fuentes, Golovchenko, back to Fuentes, up to Koulibaly, but Hugo Sanchez, who's not having a great game, gives away a foul, and now Vangel has the chance for a free kick. Is he going to shoot, do you think? He did, and it's gone out for a corner. Bulgarian Vangel to take. Can we have a fifth, please, lads? Oh, nearly. Fuentes. Vinogradov manages to get rid of it. Oh, Vinogradov. That's probably how you say it, Vinogradov. Are we sort of taking our foot off the pedal a bit here? Oh, maybe not. Golovchenko still flying into challenges. Oh, they've scored. Well, you've got to let them have one. Well done, Shakhtar, for your one on the 40th minute. That really means, it really proves that your decision to stay 4-2-4 paid off. And that was only because Nikolov tackled it right into Robertinho's feet. I mean, it's pathetic. The closest challenger done 4-1. The Wheatland magic, the Wheatland train, the Lviv train rolls on. Top of the league and having a laugh, lads. I don't think you can really argue anything differently. Dnipro level on points with Shakhtar. Both of them, they've conceded 10 less goals. Shakhtar, so poor. It's all so poor. Bukovina nearly got a win, though. That's good. Metalist and Dnipro drew. That's nice. Well, that's the first of the 3 games that I said would be challenging out of the way. What was controversy? Oh, they didn't have a... Jairo Montaño didn't have a penalty. Oh, well, that's a shame. Superb performance. He was faultless. I agree. He's in fine form. You can't really argue that he's not. 15 goals in 14 games is not bad at all. Fixtures. So I said in the last one that we would come back for Rangers and Donetsk. It depends a little bit on how well So I'll tell you what. I'll play at the very least those games, like all of these. And then depending on how the Rangers and First Cagliari game go, if we win them both, then I'll just do the Rangers game because that will be a pretty good setup. If we struggle and the Cagliari game really has some big meaning, then we'll come back and we'll play that one instead against Dnipro. But otherwise, see you for Rangers Donetsk. Guys, it's been a fucking sensational start to the season. 1 draw in the Champions League at home to Paris Saint-Germain. Everything else has been wins. Let's keep that going, shall we? See you in the next one. Bye.